So first, when you open up your data, you should see this when you have it all complete for phase 1, 2, and 3. Our first step is to convert our centimeters into meters, otherwise our equations will give the wrong values. So there are 100 centimeters in a meter. So what we need to do is, a simple trick is to divide and move the decimal point. So in 270, for example, to move the decimal point and divide by 100, you'll move the decimal point 2 places to the left. So if the decimal point is behind the 0 and you move it to the left 2 places, it'll go 1 and then 2 right there. So then my answer should be 2.70 meters. So all we're going to do is double click on the cell and then put a decimal point there. And you're going to do the same thing for this one too. Go over and put a decimal point, click, and add your decimal points. You're going to do the same thing all the way down. So if I move 2 over to the left here, I'm going to have 0.31. Okay, so I'm going to put in 0. Right? So these are easy calculations to do, and they shouldn't take you very long, but we need to do them in order for our data to be right. Do this one down here. So when you're done, it should look something like this. Next, we're going to add the momentum column next to the distance traveled and displacement columns. So all you need to do is select the cell and start typing momentum. M-O-M. Next, you're going to highlight momentum all the way down so that it matches this cell here. So it should look like this. Then go up to the top here and select borders and click all borders. While it's highlighted, you're going to hold down Control and hit C to copy it. You should see dotted lines form around your boxes. And then come down here and you're going to hit Control V. And it'll paste it the same way it was up there. And you're going to do the same thing down here next to displacement. Next, we need to calculate the speed of timer 1, timer 2, and the acceleration. First, click on the box that you want to do your calculation in. So we're going to start here underneath speed at timer 1. So we have to think about science here. We have speed, so our equation is distance divided by time. So to start an equation and help us do it for you, you're going to hit the equals key, and it'll pop up a little question mark. Then you're going to do your distance here. So you're going to select by clicking it. It should highlight orange. And then you need to hit the backslash button, which is on the question mark key, to do division. So slash, and then I'm going to do timer 1 because I'm doing the speed there. So I'm going to click time at timer 1 there. So you should have G4 slash B4, and with both those boxes highlighted. Okay, you're going to hit enter, and it'll automatically calculate it for you. You're going to do the same thing in box E4, right underneath speed at timer 2. So you're going to select equals, distance, oops, my bad. If you mess up, hit escape, and it'll restart. So equals that cell, backslash. Now we're going to do speed at timer 2. So it should be G4 divided by C4. Hit enter, and it'll do your calculation. So now with acceleration, if you remember the formula is the final speed minus the initial speed divided by the total time. So we have two speeds, and we're going to use the time for timer 2 in the calculation for this row, because that's the speed at the end of the line. So we're going to hit equals It's important that we do a parentheses here so our orders of operations stay correct. So hit Shift 9 to get an open parenthesis, and you're going to click the speed at final 2, timer 2, which is the final speed, minus the speed at timer 1, which is the initial speed, and then you're going to hit Shift, hold down Shift, and hit 0 to close the parenthesis. You're going to hit backslash again to do division, and then select the box with timer 2's time in it here. So your cell should look like this: E4 minus D4 in parentheses divided by C4. You're going to click enter, and it'll calculate the time for you. Now it should be negative because it's slowing down. So if you get a negative value, don't worry about it. You got it right. So now here's where this really helps us out. If you highlight these 3 boxes like this, click this blue square, and drag down for the remaining 2 boxes, it'll auto-calculate your values because it tells the computer to use the same formula but just shift it down 1 row. So that'll quickly calculate all your stuff for you. Next, we're going to do momentum. So we're going to click the first momentum box, and we know that the speed times the mass is equal to momentum. So we're going to use equals again to start our formula, and we're going to use the speed at timer 1 because that was when that's where the most momentum is at the beginning. So equals, and you're going to click speed at timer 1, and the symbol for multiplication is an asterisk. So if you hold down shift and hit 8, you should get an asterisk, like that. Next, we're going to multiply it by the mass of the car, which you have over here. So whatever is in this box, click it, and you should have A4 times D4. Hit enter, and it'll calculate your momentum. Now, if it's a big number like that, I'll show you how to change it in a minute. So what you're going to do now is the same thing. Click and drag down so it auto-calculates for you the remaining boxes using the same formula, but just different numbers that you gathered. If you ever get big numbers like this, you can change them to simpler numbers by selecting the decrease decimal places button up here, and every time you click it, it's going to take away a decimal point and round. So you're going to do that until you have 2 points after the decimal like this. So this is all there is to it. You have to do this for every one. So when you do the speeds for displacement, you're going to use the distance displacement here instead of distance when you calculate your speed. So you're going to do the same thing, click here, and do the distance divided by the time, and so on and so forth.